Hi, my name is Emily and I work at the Marshmallow Foundation in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. We are the shelter for a 7-city radius and I love working there. The running joke at Marshmallow is that nobody's here for the money. Every single person that's there is there because they love animals and they want to be with the animals and help them the best way we can. It's pretty cool to see. Like, I love being part of a team like that. This is Aggie, and she's the reason why I do what I do. I first started working at the Marshmallow Foundation back in 2013, and at that time I was totally a cat person. I didn't really want anything to do with dogs. I had no problem working with them and I enjoyed being with them at work, but there was no way I wanted to take one home for myself. And then the holidays rolled around and my friend, who was the executive director at the time, her name is Sue, she came and she told me this sob story as I was cleaning kennels about this dog who had just come in recently. And she said this dog had come in and she was so excited at first. Every time a visitor would come, walk by her kennel, she'd run up and she'd be all wiggly and trying to get their attention. And every single visitor who stopped by ignored her to look at the cuter dog in the kennel next to her. And then after a while, she stopped coming to the front of the kennel. And then she stopped wagging her tail. And eventually she got to the point where she wouldn't even lift up her head when people walked by anymore. And Sue said she could just see that the hope was gone from this dog's eyes. She just said, I wish this dog would have a home for Christmas. Just take her home, just foster her for a week. That's all I'm asking. I just want her to be in a home for Christmas. So I convinced my parents and they said it was fine to take her home, and we did, thinking it was going to be for Christmas. And it's 3 years later and she's still living with us, happy as can be. And I love her so much. I've had anxiety for a really long time, specifically social anxiety. Aggie has opened up so many doors for me. She's made me come out of my shell. She's the reason I'm here today. And it's just been amazing. I mean, it's even therapeutic being in the same room as her. And I never would have met her if it hadn't been for Marshmallow. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. We get a lot of really scared dogs in. It's almost easier for me to watch when stray dogs come in because they've been living outside for a while, so you know when they come back inside, when they have an opportunity to be fed and to be warm, that's so good for them. And it's an improvement over what they had before. What's a little bit harder for me to watch is when we have an owner surrender, where it's sometimes an older dog who's been living with the family, used to being spoiled and in a home, and for whatever reason they have to come into the shelter. Those are really hard to watch because they usually shut down pretty quickly. But it's really cool to work with the team that I do. Every time an animal comes in, we treat it no differently than we treat our own. While they're with us, those are our babies. We are their parents until we can find new owners for them. And some of them are so scared. Some of them do come in a little bit aggressive or untrained, or they just have bad manners. But the more you work with them, the more that you can see the reason behind it. I mean, you get to the point where you can see in their eyes what's going on, and all you want to do is help them. And we've had a lot of really cool success stories where we've been able to kind of turn them around a little bit and just get them trusting people again. And honestly, I think that's my favorite part of working there, is teaching these dogs and cats that it's okay to trust people again, and that we do love them and we want what's best for them, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that they end up in a loving home forever. We have such a cool team at Marshmallow. We're all, like I said before, we all work together. We leave everything at the door when we come in and just focus on the animals. And we need more people like that. We need to be able to continue to grow. So if you're interested at all in becoming part of our team, whether it's adopting, fostering, volunteering, financial support, or whatever, there's so many different jobs and opportunities for you. You can learn more about it by going to our Facebook page, which is just the Marshmallow Foundation at Facebook. And then you can also go to our website, which is marshmallowfoundation.org. Thanks.